Welcome back to more Woo Dirt Racing 24 for part 38. We are in the second season of the Big Block Modifieds with max difficulty, with a custom setup. And it's more of a curiosity point for this season. We're doing really good. Elm Creek is another big question mark, just because that track has always been really bad for us. But with the setup, since there really isn't one that exists, I just kind of plopped in the Fairbury one. So, I guess we'll see what we can do there. I kind of tested out a practice. It seemed good, but race trim, I don't really know yet. So we got Elm Creek, Eldora, and Prairie View. So 3 big question marks. But I guess we'll see what we do. Let's get into it. There's not much else to say. Let's just run the race. Damn, that's a 9.8. So that's definitely smashing the goal times. We definitely do have the pace. I'm surprised the setup works as well as it does, just because it's just the Limeland setup, which I liked a lot just because the car didn't like constantly veer to the right. And it's a little bit easier to drive, so kind of went with that. But yeah, maybe we'll do something of positive note at this track now. Now that I kind of figured out how to drive it, and I have a setup, like a good setup, somehow ports Limeland ports over to Elm Creek. Well, I don't know how that works. I think I tried using the Chili Bowl one just because that's like a really small track, and I thought, maybe that would translate, but it still kind of had the same problem of veering to the right a lot. And weirdly enough, my lap times with the Limeland one is a lot faster than the Chili Bowl. I don't know, but that's just opposite land in Whatifville. Things don't make sense, so it's nothing really quite new for me. Smack the goal time out of a 10 flat. I know I can get at least one more tenth out of it if I was just a little more focused, but that's still going to be pretty good. I'll take a 5th. Not bad of a start. That'll translate to being second in the heat. Well, heat 1 specifically, so that's even better. So as long as we get second in it, I think we'll start 4th, maybe, in the dash, which is good. So that's all we really got to do. The bar isn't set too incredibly high. But, yeah, I don't know. Just got to be careful on the start. Up on the top here, try to carry the momentum up on the high lane. It actually almost worked, but need a straight exit off the corner. Good battle with Harry Nelson. Weirdly enough, a good battle, good race at Elm Creek. That almost like never happens, but it's working. It takes a full-blown custom setup to get grip on the outside, but I think it kind of worked. I think we actually just straight up passed him too on the outside, so this car's got some pace in it. There we go. We'll get the dub in the heat, surprisingly. Harry Nelson was still kind of right there, so it was still tough. We're actually starting first in the main. Okay, never mind. That's even better. I'm turning all the way to left on the start. Okay. Alright. Not used to starting first, so I'm so used to kind of expecting to turn to the left and make contact or some other weird thing, but yeah. Running outside here, which is not great. We got Phil Collins here right in front of us. Get a good exit off the corner. Try to run up top there. I even hit the brakes a little bit to try to get the thing to rotate, and it kind of worked. That was kind of too wide of an angle, but it actually worked out beautifully. That was a perfect exit, and now we got the lead in a comfortable state. That was a nice dub as well. I mean, I guess I'm not shocked that a full-blown custom setup, it would take like for us to start like absolutely winning, even on max difficulty. Like a custom setup would be needed to be this good. But at Elm Creek, of all places, with not even really the proper setup to be that good is really shocking. I kind of expected maybe it wouldn't be as good, but no, it's just whatever base adjustments really help. Try to be careful in this first corner, get the lead. Not really. We actually lost it to CG Mori. I'm just surprised the outside line can kind of hold its own a little bit, or we can actually get like a decent enough exit up off the corner. Weird. I'm really not used to it. There must be something in the setup that just gives us overall grip or something, because it should not be running this good, because I remember on default setup, running here in other series, and it just doesn't work. He actually is trying. He's actually crossed me over. Now he's going to go up high, so now we can try to run the bottom. It's going to be really hard to get by him, though, because it's such a track position dependent track. I like reiterate the same word like 3 different times, but he's got the outside lane, he's got the literal high ground, but lap traffic's gonna be a factor, so I'm sure that's gonna mess him up, or at least I like to think so. Maybe if I could dive in the corner just right, I can kind of cross them over up, like, off the exit of the corner. I don't know. But this has been proven really difficult to do. I'm trying to even hit the brakes just to get this thing to point itself in the right direction. And it's not really working. In fact, I think third place is right there behind me, too. Can't really do anything. Of course, he's just passing all the lap cars with just absolutely, like, all the precision in the world. And for whatever reason, the car just wanted to go straight in that corner, and now we wreck, and we go back to fourth. So, I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't even know what to say. It just wanted to go straight in that corner. I guess I didn't hit the brakes properly to woe it down, to kind of point it left more. I don't know. Maybe the draft messed it up too. Who knows? That I'm sure that was a pivotal problem at this track, because I wasn't using the fucking draft enough. Now I'm just getting boxed around here. But don't even know where. I think Abby Barnes is going to take the lead. Somehow we salvaged fourth. I don't know, this race goes by so incredibly quick, it's hard to process anything. But, oh, there goes the physics again. Swinging me, that just ruined my entire corner. Let's just get out of here and finish fourth. Abby Barnes gets the win in a completely clutch fashion, and we lose points. We still keep our top 5 streak, so. That was Elm Creek. We actually had a shot to finish second, but, you know, I lack talent as usual. You know, coming from the worst dirt racer in the history of fucking YouTube to some people, so, you know, that's pretty good for me. I don't know how many points we lost. About 8 points, so. Nothing too bad. Abby Barnes still has, you know, actually got a win. Good for her. So now she has, you know, she's 40 back to me. We got Eldora as a showcase, I think, next, so that might help us out. I think. I don't know. We'll see how many tryhards are in it, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. Well, we officially breached the, you know, 500,000 mark. Smooth driving, but we gotta repair the suspension, so nothing too big of a deal to worry about. Just get on with Eldora and see what happens. This is gonna be kind of like the Fairbury showcase, where we're gonna get like 30 points gained on Abby Barnes, or is it gonna be kind of a lot closer? I don't know. We will find out. Also, I gotta find a setup too. I do wonder about just these setups in general. Like, is this the shock, bump, and rebound like a really big factor in making the car run better? Because it's weird to have one setup from an entirely different size of track be poured over to like something like Elm Creek, and it's pretty good. So I really wonder, because some of them have the same patterns. Like the shock, bump, and rebounds have the same values. The tire pressures normally have the same values. I think Chili Bowl's a little different, but most of the tire pressure stuff is about the same. So I don't know. It's just interesting. The camber angle's a lot higher here, so that's like something I've been noticing. I don't know. This is just coming from a layman man that has no value no knowledge of dirt anything. Yeah, the setup's really good. It turns a little bit to left on the straights, which is fine. I much rather that than it turning to the right. It is really, really convenient to drive. We're hitting the goal timer like 2/10 up on it. So that kind of means in qualifying we'll probably start right around that 6th to 10th place range. Also, I'm not driving. I didn't use the draft there, so my lap time might be, you know, squandered because of that. So shame on me. Can someone please ask the devs if draft is a thing in this game? Like, there's like an actual drafting mechanic in the code of the game, because I've not felt it. I keep looking at the speedometer. I don't really feel like I'm gaining much speed, if at all, from being in the draft. I was like 127 there on the straights, and I was like the same there, so I don't really think that's a thing. I don't know. Sorry. Man, all I just said is I don't think the drafting mechanic is in this fucking game, and it just led to such a discourse on fucking the physics of drafting in a fucking dirt car where you go on a straightaway for like 2-3 seconds. I don't know if that really, and especially because your car is constantly sideways. So how are you getting drafted when the car is constantly sideways? So would their air not be put? Man, I don't know. All I know is that the dirt fan base is about as toxic as NASCAR, with trying to welcome people in with open arms. Instead, just pushing you out the fucking door. I know, how dare I didn't stay close up to the wall there. I went in an unconventional route. Got 14th actually, so a little bit worse than what I was expecting. But as per usual, we got a bunch of tryhards in it, so we should, in theory, have a great points day on gaining points in Abbey Barnes. So I think we'll be fine. So yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wonder how long is this series going to be. So I do kind of want to do at least 2 of the races in the regional, just because the 2 new ones are the Sprint 360s and the late model. And then after that, the only new thing in National is the wingless Sprint 410s. So after local, there's a couple more left. I just don't really find the need of winning big block modifieds 3 different times, or winning midgets 3 times. I mean, great. I guess the only thing that'll be new is like maybe like new tracks, but to win in the same series multiple times is that's not going to be really fun to do for like 75 parts. So I think if I did everything in like regional and did everything, like won everything in my first season, this is not even factoring in like off-camera seasons or anything, just everything in one and go, it would literally take like 94 parts just to get through everything in regional, like in a perfect like 1 season shot of like winning championship. 94 parts, and 6 of those 8 are the same series that were just ran in local. So how fun is that going to be to just repeat the same series? Or at least give me a different fucking car. So at least that's how I'm going to approach it. And this game doesn't really seem like it really makes you feel bad for not winning a championship in every single series. Woo 22 does, because it gives you that little star if you can win a championship or not. Here, it just seems like there's like no incentive to do that. So I don't know. I guess that's the approach I'll try to do with it. But it's nice to kind of see that. I guess it takes a full-blown custom sub to be competitive on 105, which is probably how it should be. I think that's pretty fair. But either way, this should be a pretty simple race. I mean, it should, but Eldora, for whatever reason, the AI just like to wreck a lot, so this could be a case of the race going horrifically wrong for that. Case in point, me hitting the wall, but, you know, I am the worst dirt racer in the history of YouTube, so it doesn't really cease to amaze me. I know I'm not positive enough. The game works. The AI run different lanes. That's also exciting. Does that turn you on? I don't know, but the AI got together. A little bit of cling-clang, and I'm a bit offended by that. I don't support this honky-tonk nonsense going on beside me, but they actually didn't wreck. I think maybe my contact, my badonk, got into their badongi, and that helped. I don't know, but nice looking 17 car there beside me. Like the Dinkins. Every time I see like Dinkin, it reminds me of Duncan, but I don't know. I just think of every time I see Duncan, I think of Mr. Donut. I don't know. That's a P10. Oh, it wasn't gonna be a P10. 9th place kind of held him up though, so I kind of made it easier. Can I get back up to the top lane and run the lane I like to be in? I know I'm not using the draft to my advantage. How dare I? Even though I literally didn't even feel any type of pull, and I was carrying the same exact momentum, and I just crossed over in front of my fucking self, and I wrecked. Can this game just not be annoying for like 10 seconds? No. I'm not. No. Fuck you. I can't count how many times that happens where I clear myself and wreck because I don't know where the cars are around me. Because if I have the camera on, or the mirror, it's gonna make the game lag. Just like that. That was fucking vicious. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay, well that was fantastical. But I never like to keep the frickin' mirror on because the game lags. A lot. And that's not a very pleasurable viewing experience. I had to deal with lag all the time in Heat 5. So, I don't want to do that again. I don't know, we're running outside here, which is nice. Not like I was really expecting to win or anything, but probably like 9th was all we'll get, which I'm fine with. I want to get that straight up, not get fucking physics fucked for like no reason. So sorry. I don't care. For P11 though, so 2 more spots and we'll kind of hit our literal ceiling. I'm off the throttle. So, yep. All right, got to 10th. Might get to 9. I'll be shocked if we get much more than that, but if this race goes green, there's a chance. I mean, it seems like just whatever reason at Eldora, we just get really good runs like up off the corner. I know this is like wrong. This is how I race. This is like the epitome of how not to race in dirt. But if the AI aren't going to be, I'm just going to run it the way I feel like. Sorry. You want realistic racing, I guess play iRacing to get the ideal optimal lanes that go fast, vroom the best. So, sorry. Another really good exit up off the corner. The car has definitely got a little bit of something in it. I don't know why the AI just aren't as, like, amazing here. It is kind of, I guess, it is surprising. Oh, I guess, well, it is a freaking showcase race with a bunch of, regional people in here, people higher than locals, so not surprised that they're ahead of me, but surprised I'm even racing with them, to be honest, so yeah, that's also wild. And nothing's, like, nobody, like, we're still battling for position, things are pretty intense. That's a positive, that's good. Good game. Nice exit off the corner, bit of a slide job, we'll get that position. But I screwed up like usual. So it's just the equivalent exchange where I do something like really impressive and it's like, wow, that's amazing, and then I do something really freaking stupid. That seems to be a theme. Again, I had a really good exit up off the corner and I decided to almost squander all of it with a horrific attempt to try to make a pass around him, but we did it. He might try to cross me over here. I'll try at least get a good enough exit up off the corner. Alright, P7 for Alan. I'm okay with that. Alan Creek specifically. I don't know why I didn't say the full name. Alright, flag. It's pretty crazy just how big of a lead the leader has over us. This will definitely be our worst finish of the year, but it's kind of an asterisk to it just because there's a lot of regional national people in here. So either way, that's still a great point day. I mean, we absolutely knocked the doors out of Abby Barnes for second, so that's also extraordinarily good. She gets 18th, almost went a lap down, so we might just about lock the title up, so damn. Of course, the 4-car Pierogies wins. We get 136 points to Abby Barnes' 114, so not that we've won the championship yet, but we pretty much have it locked up. I don't even know what the points were yet. 52. Is that right? No, that's 62. Damn. Yeah, that's more than enough. Rough driving. See, that's where that's the punishment for restarting. I'll give the game that. That's fair. Maybe. I don't know, like if you DNF in like Thunder 04 and then you back out and like restart or something and then you come back, should that really count? Like maybe there's some nuance perspective to it, but yeah. But either way, we pretty much finished where we should. I'm okay with that. So I will take that. Would have made the championship a lot more interesting if I just kept going, but I know we would have probably finished last. So, I mean, even so, Abby Barnes would have got like, what, 18th or something, so she would have gained like 6 points on me, so I don't even think that would be enough of a monumental championship difference. So, I don't think it drastically changes much in the grand scope of things. Like, it would be a lot different if the points were a lot tighter, but I feel confident that nothing really would have changed. Anyways, on to Prairie View. Well, once again, we beat our goal time by like 2/10, and it's just the Eldora setup, so surprised it ports over that well. Maybe that's like a flaw with the game or something, because you can almost kind of just reuse the same setup just about everywhere, except for like minute changes. But I don't know. It's just something I noticed. But either way, again, the qualifying, we should be able to get the goal timer pretty darn close to it. Yeah, we don't get the goal time. Leave it to me to mess up things in qualifying. But we got 7, so that was pretty close to the goal time. And Abby Barnes is 3rd, so just trying to make some kind of comeback. I respect it. On the outside here, which, you know, not ideal at this track. We'll be able to get down the bottom lane, no problem. I'd like to at least get to the qualifying dash so we can at least have a chance of starting better. So, kind of have a shot to win this, which will be really nice. I think Abby Barnes is run up high. So. Or, yeah, she is. We'll cut her off there. It was very mean of us, but we're in the lead. We actually pulled away there, so we do have pace of some capacity. P3 in the qualifying dash. Surprised we haven't won as much, considering just how overall, how much faster we are, but I guess we just, I mean, even our 2 wins were kind of on flukes, or, well, maybe not Fairbury, because that one, well, I guess the leader did wreck, so there was kind of that, but even if we didn't win those, we would still run really, really well. So, that's been, that aspect's been interesting. Looks like we're going to take over 3rd here, and that's probably all we'll get. Okay, hold on, we'll snatch 2nd. That's a gross word. I messed up that entire corner. That's a horrible last corner. Whatever. We start 2nd. Allie Barnes fell to 4th, but we're looking good. On the outside here, I guess we'll see if we can just get down the bottom lane as fast as possible. Couldn't really do that. I mean, well, Hill's going to be stupid and run the top, but we're just going to run the middle lane. Now, this is like a literal 3-wide bow for the lead. Yeah, I was not going to be able to hold that for very long. Yeah, that all kind of fell apart. No way I was going to be able to just hold it 3-wide without the physics, you know, because if I make contact, the physics is like a coin toss if it's going to kind of like straddle me through the corner like that or realistically wreck. But we doored that poor guy for 2nd. Now we'll try to run down Morley. It's not Morley. There's no L in there. Though there is an L in my life, so, or my racing career, so I guess there's that. And there's our typical wreck. I just drove right the fuck into it like an absolute idiot. Oh my god. Yep. That's typical. Typical. I mean, I had every opportunity to just avoid it, and I just drove straight into it for no reason. Of course, lap traffic has to pose a problem. It's probably going to mess up the aerodynamics of this car. There goes Abby Barnes. I'll try to get that spot back. We do get the preferred lane. Car feels a lot tighter, so I know something's up with it. Now we're just up having a shot for the race win all of a sudden. Like, is this really going to happen? Are we going to Joey Logano and Mickey Mouse into another win? That actually got me through the corner a lot better with that. How, I don't know. I think the logic of the universe is getting back in track because you're not leading anymore. We're putting up a hell of a fight, though. Is it going to be enough off this last corner? I'm going to try to get the... I couldn't, but... That was a lot closer than we probably deserved, but whatever. I'll take it. I'm okay with this. Surprised we were... It's like the more damage we got, the faster the car got. I definitely got damage. I definitely did something because it wasn't... It was feeling a bit tight there, and it made it better. I don't know what that means, but all right, whatever. That I don't know. I don't know. I'm just very confused by it. Gained more points than Abby Barnes, so continues my narrative of restarting that one race really didn't change anything. So we're still good in that regard. So everything's kind of fine. That was CG Maury's 2nd win of the year. And I don't even think he's full-time. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Rough driving. I think that kind of goes to show we did get a lot of damage. A lot of damage, but not enough to where the arrow thing came up. Interesting. Anyways, next episode, we'll tackle Grant Park and the finale. And then kind of get everything situated for the UMP modifieds. So that'll be kind of what we'll do next episode. I think we pretty much got this championship on lockdown. So, yeah, that's it. Should check the points. Is that CG Maury even running the full schedule? He is not. he actually missed a race somewhere. Interesting. I don't know where he would have been if he actually raced, but his average finish is 5th, so he could, in theory, be really close to the top 5 in points or something. Like, I don't know. But I guess that explains it. I don't know, but either way, I think we'll get going here. I'll see you all in the finale of this experimental season. And just to prove I'm not finagling things, I just got out of the freaking menu of the race. It's on Legend. That's basically 105. That can't go any higher. Custom is Legend. So don't want people thinking I'm finagling the settings. Because see, if I went back to that menu, the setting would have been completely different. I'm not the one to bullshit things. So there you go. I'm done. See you all next episode and all that. Have a good day.